Okay. I need to open up so many tabs in Windows, so don't mind me if I don't respond to chat immediately because I'm gonna be moving all over the place. Um, Not gonna be able to see it off screen, but I do have all the info. Hi, I have no idea who that is. I don't recognize the YouTube um name compared to probable Discord name. Um, I should. I gotta download all the files that the hosts gave me. Let's see, novice. That's good. Oh, ant. Gotcha. Actually, let me. I'll just drag this so there's something to look at because I'm doing most of this on the other screen. I can at least see that. That's all the stuff. Okay, I need to find all the files. Yeah. Come on. There we go. I just noticed what's on the screen. That's funny. Uh, let's see if anyone noticed that. You're gonna have a few opportunities. I have to download a whole shit ton of stuff. Here. Uh, I don't think I'm at. Where's Pooters? There we go. Phone's the other way, so I can attempt to eat while doing this. Wait for that to finish. Ugh. I could be picky and just tell RMM to export it in like MKV or MP4 or whatever, but I really don't care. um, One thing I learned really early on in trying to edit shit, like five years ago, is that if I label everything good, I don't Papega out. Let's see, what else do I need? I should probably move this to the other window so I can actually edit the graphics. Come on. Let's see. Don't need that for that. I'm just gonna go down each division. This part isn't really gonna take very long. Which 4, 3, 1, 0. Well, the recap's always easier than the predictions because that has so many goddamn um, logos to import all at once. See, that was Edinburgh versus Seattle, right? Tragic game. Whew. Okay, better. I'm gonna try and check chat every now and then, but I also need both of my monitors to actually do this. Oh god, this is what happens when it's like 30 degrees for multiple days and then it decides to be like 50. OTW hyper. Might need to make that smaller. No, actually, that's good. I'm thinking of a different screen. Oh. Finals. Novice. Recap. Let's do intermediate now. I technically have separate dividers for like novice and expert and intermediate, but now everything's just 2 games, so I can just keep doing this. Intermediate was 3-1. In duality. Forgot he played. Guangzhou MI6. And if words, and if anyone at any point has questions about like how'd I do this, how'd I do that, I wouldn't mind explaining either. But otherwise, I'm just gonna keep going. Let's see the game capitalism obligation. It'll probably get a little bit more interesting when I get to the video editing, unless you're interested in very, very basic. I wouldn't even call this graphic design. It's more just like graphic organization. Literally just a grid that I made up because I'm not an artist. Again. Advanced. 3-2 and 3-1. Let's Hangzhou and Placha. I don't want to watch that VOD. I don't pay attention to advanced, unfortunately. I'm usually dead by Sundays. but I heard that game is kind of a shit show, which might be fun to watch. Although I think, if I recall correctly, Platcha had like some, uh, some like unfortunate disconnect or something. Or I think playing on stupid ping. Kingdom Come overcharge. Shows how much I pay attention to Advanced when I thought that Kingdom Come was like a bottom team, and then I look at their record and they're 4-3. I guess that's what happens when I actively decide to follow just novice and expert. Intermediate, I kind of follow. One more for recap, and then we'll do predictions. So trying to eat while doing this. Three, two, three, one. Oh, nice. I don't have to change anything. And it's kind of weird how expert basically the entire season is just defined by how much the top 3 teams want to try at any given moment in time. I legitimately have no clue who could win the finals. Probably not Love Muffin. I know Pooter once doesn't want to hear that. But like, unless San Fran and Newt and Chengdu all decide to just be like, hey, let's just not try, I don't see Love Muffin standing a chance. Granted, I do have to give them a lot of credit for looking like a pretty decent team, considering the fact that they're versing like multiple top 16 OD and like contenders trials players. So I think at the very least they have more of my respect than most other teams. Wait, no. Got to do this. What I saw of Chengdu, it was basically just like them deciding to throw for 2 maps. And Easy Clap's never really been so bad that you could just throw against them and still win. Here we go. There. Cap done. Fiction. Oh shit, I gotta make the end credit thing too. Oh hey, Pascal got picked up by Kratos. Cool. He's back in contenders. Anyway, sorry, I'm reading Discord. Let's see. Oh yeah, I can just keep this. That's easier. I'll start novice again. It's just easier to go from top to bottom for me. Guests. G. Three. Wait, no, Intel's on. He's on wisdom officially now, so he can't predict wisdom. Ooh. On Edinburgh. On wisdom, 3-1. 0. That's actually right. Now, and now the part that's a pain in the ass. Okay. Um, almost wisdom across the board. Does Dragon actually think OTW can win? Oh wait, no, that's wrong. Mention that's a spicy take. I feel like OTW's never been a top contender, but they've always been like the gatekeeper. You know, it's like they're best of the bottom half in a way. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with the concept that I think Navino said it first, where it's like the bottom 4 teams, basically everyone besides Wisdom and Geo, are like really close together. I never saw that. I always saw it as 3 tiers. It was like Wisdom and Geo, then Edinburgh and OTW, and then Hyperflex and Seattle. And I think that rings true. Like if it was OTW versus Edinburgh, it would probably go to a map 5. Wisdom, Geo went to a map 5, I'm pretty sure. Not actually, no, the most recent time I went to map 4 before Geo took it, I think. And then obviously Hyperflex Seattle went to a map 5. Actually, that one didn't. That go to a map 6. Didn't they tie? Forget. No, I think it almost went to a map 6. But like, I don't think there was any world in which Seattle would have beaten Edinburgh, for example. Like, I don't know where people were getting that from. Like, that's just really bad analysis. Calling out, like, Navino in particular for that one, because I think I saw him say that a lot, and I was like, are you high? Like, Seattle's not that good. I'm sorry to say, but like, they had the same problems all season and never addressed them. Let's see, is this just Geo the whole way across? Almost, because Dragon's on Edinburgh. So Dragon's just the one with hot takes. Slash. On the team that is not expected to win. If this were earlier in the season, I'd probably say Edinburgh would have a chance against Geo, but they've sort of transcended into a different realm at this point. Like, Geo might actually take the championship again, except this time without like any of the drama and bullshit involved with it. Like, unless some miracle slash tragedy happens, like it's going to be Geo Wisdom in the finals again. Mind you, they're completely different teams with like 2 people who are on the same, I think, because I think it'll just be Titanic and SD. No, Churd as well. So there'll be like 3 returning players. And I don't even think Churd played in the finals. That was mostly 4. Surprisingly enough, I always felt like Churd was more solid. 4 was like more momentum driven back then. Obviously now he's like Diamond or whatever. I always felt like Churd was the more solid pick, and I think he's proving that once again. Like more stable, he does a really good job of supporting Geo. Just double check everything before I hit. It's a pain in the ass to have to do it again. 3-1. Yep, okay. Project file. Semifinals. Okay. Okay. Intermediate. Oh, thank God. There was one week where Grape didn't put down the names of any of his guests, and I was like, what the fuck, man? I need this. Not just putting like guest one, guest two. As funny as that would be. Nope. Wrong division. Uh, okay. Grape. Two. Yeah, that's a one. And three. Okay. One. Zero. Can't predict. 3-1. Can't predict. 80%. Alright, this one was 50. 81 and 68. Oh, that's convenient. Kind of really funny that I think we've had like 68% of the analysts or community saying one or the other multiple times, and it's like just that 1% away. Trying to finish my food so I don't have to keep taking a break and leaning forward over my dish. That's pulling my back right now. Just mob mentality across the board? No, Guangzhou. Right, because QZY was a guest. Okay. I think intermediate might actually be some of the closest games because mob mentality is not quite as immortal as a lot of the other top teams. I think, yeah, they fell to capitalism, and it was just like a moment of weakness. Otherwise, they've looked pretty solid, but like they've also had to really try against like Guangzhou. In the last game of the regular season. So I don't know. Guangzhou has potential, but they just need to not choke. Because I think I recorded a rescheduled game in the regular season of Guangzhou and MI6, and Guangzhou just like hard choked the entire time. Like at the time, I didn't know enough about intermediate to really know that was an upset or whatnot, but like having seen Guangzhou since then, it's like they're a top team and they lost to MI6 of all things back then. So like they just need to not choke, which they have the capacity to do. Actually, what's also interesting is having seen a lot of the players from both of these teams now, having more time to actually look at intermediate. I'd say that Guangzhou even has like a higher skill peak, but Mom mentality just plays as a team better. I actually have no clue which game is more requested to be streamed as of right now between the intermediates, because like this one's obviously considered like top two teams, arguably, and then personally, I think double cap on capitalism, triple cap, um, is potentially more interesting because you have double cap, who at one point was considered the best team in intermediate back when it was between like them and mob mentality in the earlier season, and then capitalism, who's been like a mid-table team that a lot of people have underestimated. They've kind of like been the dark horse, I'd have to say, throughout the entirety of intermediate. A lot of people are like, oh, they're not that good, and then they just like clutch so goddamn hard in the quarterfinals against who they play? Obligation, who's also been looking really good lately. Granted, Obligation also just like shit the bed hard, but even so, Capitalism actually managed to pull it together and play like really solid. What was that? That was double cap? Yeah, double cap. So I guess obviously double cap is the heavy favorites, but actually not too heavy. Most people are predicting at least one map taken by Capitalism who think that double cap would win anyways. So could be a close game. Or just could be a complete stomp, who knows. I've also seen Capitalism just shit the bed entirely. Granted, that was only like one or two times, I think, that I've personally seen it. Mind you, I haven't really paid too much intermediate. Alright, advance. Tokyo versus Hangzhou. that's gonna be one of those games where like actually I think a lot of advanced underestimates Hangzhou. Maybe it's because they keep changing up their lineup. Occasionally do choke from what I've seen. But, like I remember people were saying like, oh, all their players are bad, and I'd look at their roster and be like, they have arguably some of the best players in their individual positions in this entire division. You know, meanwhile the people who were saying they were bad were like 2 wins to their name, 6 games in. No, it would help if I changed the names. Good enough. Huh, you actually got arrow on, huh? Interesting. Really weird to me that people have so little faith in Epizooks. I wonder exactly how that happened, because a couple weeks ago they were like considered one of the best teams. I guess maybe losing Surmi, but in all honesty, whenever I'd seen Surmi play, it's like he's definitely not the carry. Like, not even close. Now when 4 came in, I'd argue that he had better moments. Quite a lot, actually. I don't see, unless there's like some internal shit going on. Because I certainly don't pay attention to that. At least for advanced. Unless it's like something where staff actually has to step in, but just the casual drama shit I don't really pay attention to for advanced. Is this just Tokyo across the board? Yeah, it's just Tokyo across the board. Okay, that makes my life a little bit easier. Predictions for grand finals are going to be weird. I mean, the graphic. I'm going to argue with myself as to whether I want the graphic to be bigger or what. Actually, what I might do is take the text from this middle line and then make the logo like 200 tall. And then just stick it up top so it's like larger. I don't know. I'll make it up as I go along. Basically what I do anyways. I don't I have like maybe a rough idea. And then I just improvise the hell out of it. And it usually turns out okay. And let's see, KDC, 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 Epizeuxis, Epizeuxis, Epizeuxis. So it's just 3 and 3. That's funny. Actually, I'm curious as to which game is more requested to be streamed for this as well, because it seems like a lot of the community seems mostly like they think Epizeuxis is just gonna roll over and die. But then people also seem to not want to watch Hangzhou. Just that's the one pattern I've noticed a lot is like people are like, oh, why are you streaming Hangzhou? They were generally like the least um, requested game. You know, you'd have very few requests for those games other than like obviously the people from those teams. At least I'd have to assume with the numbers I would get. It's also kind of funny with player of the match voting. I can generally tell which teams are sore losers because they don't vote when they for the honorable mentions. You know, they have like one or two names as opposed to the teams that just don't care and they're fair sports about it. And you'll actually have like closer to 8 to 10 in terms of honorable mention stuff. I remember asking the preseason like, do people still want this? Because there were a few teams in season 2 that were like really sour about losing, and I would legit get like 0 votes every single time they lost. And it's not like even bad teams either. It's like more middle of the pack teams. So like half of the time I wouldn't get any honorable mention votes. One, 2, 1, 2. All right, that's 100%. 67, 65, and 60. I can appreciate the the confidence Booter has in his team, but I don't think they're gonna beat the Glock. I just don't see it happening unless Glock decides to throw, or maybe if Pascal can't show up. But I think they're currently rescheduling to make sure that Pascal can show up. Actually, even if Pascal can't show up, because they still have like a ridiculous lineup. I think Pascal's the only one who has scheduling issues, thanks to Gauntlet. I think they've just thrown Tiny Moo onto the flex support role if Pascal can't make it. Oh, hey, Grape. Chengdu, Chengdu, Newts, 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 Newts. Okay, just those. Oh, right, I remember. I remember saying that the Love Muffin guys had hot takes. And they were like, I don't know what you're talking about. They're not hot takes. I don't know. The new Chengdu game is such an enigma to me. Because, like, the first time they played, the second client came in late, which was like map 3. They just started dominating. And it wasn't like a one-sided affair for the last 3 maps of the first time these two teams faced, but like it was in favor enough for Newt Newt, and they just had like such momentum. And the fact that they could come back from, you know, from down 2-0 and hit a reverse sweep against like a really rough opponent was insane. And the second time, they just soft through by putting client on main tank and flawless on off tank. And it's like, I don't know what they're accomplishing. Were they just like sandbagging and taking it easy for a good majority of the season just for the hell of it? And then like they're going to try now in playoffs? Or does that mean they're just not going to try in playoffs either? Because I honestly have no clue. And I'm very curious to see what they do. Whereas Chengdu at the very least has like, they'll throw for sections of maps, but like they'll bring it back and like actually try for a reasonable amount of the series. So I can at least trust them to actually try and play like they basically have been all season long. I just hope that it's like a good match as opposed to a blowout because Newt decided to sandbag despite their potential. Okay. Let me throw these back up. I try and leave the graphics in a state where I can just hop into them the next time I need them. What else do I need? I need to make the end credits. That is not what I wanted. Okay, hold on. So let's see. Dragon, Spongy, Drowsy. UCY, repeat, Slick. Window so I can actually see. Raging Cool, Arrow, Kern. Oops, Strideway. Okay. Analyst. This one I have to keep on. Where'd it go? Oh, never mind. I'm just stupid. Okay. We're the analysts that actually. Okay. Wait. I almost forgot to make them in alphabetical order. Okay. My name is in this so goddamn much. Oops. Okay, I'll just do this. Oops. Okay. Oops. Not what I want. That's done. I need. I need. Hmm. Uh, record the end credits thing. I'm just gonna get a miscellaneous minute of footage. Come on, there we go. Sure, why not? Okay. A good map that has something in the background. The uh. Hmm. I don't know. Most people don't watch it, but I like to attempt to be creative.
Build 'em up, break 'em down.
There is another person on the other end of the chat screen. There are friends, our brothers and sisters, our sons and daughters. Let's take a stand to reject
Anyways,
hate and harassment.
stop.
Let's redouble our efforts to be kind and respectful to one another. And let's let's remind the world what the gaming community is really all about.
And just sit there for a minute.
And we felt that if we applied the same kind of design philosophies that we had applied to our previous games, easy to learn, difficult to master, but really tried to make a shallow learning curve so anybody should be able to sit down and figure out how to play, that we might be able to open up the genre to a much larger audience. I borrowed $15,000 from my grandmother. $10,000 went into the company, $5,000 went into my bank account, and that's pretty much what I lived off of for the next 2 years.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I wanted to just
Right, I gotta get the actual background footage. Okay, let's see, what games... Okay, I'll just drag Discord. Not that. Actually, that was literally the most mundane chat possible. We weren't even talking about it. Okay, so... Novice. Oops. Here. Jesus. 450 views? What the? Okay, let's find a good timestamp. I think I streamed this. No, I casted it. Okay, anyways. 11 minutes. For how long? Novice. 18 minutes. Let's do 29. 11 to 29. Hongzhou, nice. Jesus, look at these viewer numbers in the map. Oh wait, no, no. Actually, to be fair, yeah, that was only the first 8 minutes. That looks like probably just Li Jing. I don't know if they're having trouble with it or what.
450 HP and her ultimate's built really fast. You'll see Victor swap off of that Tracer onto the Kree. I like this a lot better. Tracer's not really going to be able to focus anyone on their team. There's no diveable target.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, that's so little, but actually, no, about 400 people. Damn. Actually, they had the second most viewers behind, well, I guess they could have been panels. Anyways. I like to attempt to switch it up in terms of, like, what map.
Yeah.
Let's see, 34 through 15, so that would be 44, 53. 34 through 50. Okay. Advanced. I would do this game, but I know that it was plagued by a lot of pauses. So I'm not gonna.
You pull that off?
How?
There is a weekend task coming in for players for the side of Kingdom Come. The ball is disrupting them as Ant steps onto it with the Arista. The Fortify already down, but Speedy,
no, it's Speedy
pushing on the wrong side.
Doing? Luxie will get popped.
There we go.
Like immediately,
Okay.
and that's what happened.
38 through. Come on. There you go.
Welcome back.
Jesus
to
Christ.
everybody. This is the
37, okay. 38, 7, so that's hour 15. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. An expert, I definitely want to do easy clip. The other game was the nightmare to spectate.
Say something.
Oh god. Hello.
170 views.
Crank you up.
Go to Busan. Go that.
Very interesting pick.
Too far. Too far. Damn. 31. 1 hour 31. Here's the land. 28. Okay. What's the actions?
I think if we try to get them into very
Yeah,
interesting.
because
The lowest right now with the record.
2 players is
There we
going to
go.
throw them down.
Okay,
But
so it stops right around 41. Now we're 41 minus 29. Call it. That's 30. Yeah. 32. Well, okay. 12, 2 and a half, 40. God fucking damn it, Abraxas. It's not supposed to have it on 1080. And I'll show you why.
You and Matthew, who's a
Look at
Orisa.
the
So
bit rate.
even if you flux, they're not
Fucking
going to be
terrible.
a lot of follow up. So
I can almost count the
kind of
pixels. Not even
wasted,
fighting.
but at the same time, you know, a
Look at
valuable
this.
port.
It's so bad.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, the
Mind
mind.
the mind.
So they're
Ugly.
gonna find a part of the
They
map
do
you
this shit
rarely
with a good
actually get to
resolution.
see,
You can't
except when
fucking see
players are
anything.
trying to get megas. Rectophobia gets an opening. Genie! What was that? Throws down his Ant Matrix, the IMAX movie
Third?
theater gets 3 kills.
Oh well. Almost. That's just about everything I need. Okay. That's that. I think that is everything that I can do outside of the editor. Now I gotta hop into the editor itself, which means I got my headphones again. But that also means I can actually have YouTube chat open because I don't need anything else open. Okay. It's pinging me in Discord. Okay. Now I just gotta import everything besides the thumbnail. That's why labeling everything makes my life so much easier.
Hello everyone and welcome to
That's funny. Sections them off like almost perfectly. Let's go towards the end.
So without any further ado, my name is Intel and I thank you for watching.
Got off that last like second or so. Okay, so that's the actual runtime. 17:39:34. Now I just gotta shrink that down. Fit into the one square. Oh nice, he did the cropping himself. I just put it in the corner there. Fine. That'll get covered up. Yep. Footage. Go up here. cut off the extra length, fly around up. See if I can do this by heart. 475. I just have exact coordinates memorized. It's the exact same for everything. Recap. 3934. This one should be 425. Yep, there you go. Fits into place perfectly, and it makes sure that when I swap to different divisions, it the graphics stay in place. It looks nice. Or okay. I didn't want to save. Not to that. Fix that later. I'm gonna fix. It's gonna bug the shit out of me if I don't. This is supposed to be just a blank template. All this has to go. It's all labeled with semifinals. Do that and clean up my entire library. There you go. Okay. Okay, we're good.
going in 3.
See you on
2,
Friday.
Wait. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
See you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye.
That's 18:05:43. Wait, before I do that, crop this and all that. Let's see. I'm not gonna play actual music, but I can play like video game soundtracks because I don't really feel like getting copyright struck or copyright claimed rather on a stream. Let's do, I don't know. Let's do this. 2 hours? Yeah, sure. I don't think. It's gonna be quiet on stream on purpose. But I also don't want it to be loud for me. Good enough? I highly doubt this will get copyright struck on YouTube. Right. Oh, but that sounded familiar. 23. No, I'm just curious one sec. Okay, that's very quiet. That's exactly what I wanted. Something to drown out the silence while I'm focusing. Okay, hold on. I need to hear the beginning and the end of this because, like you saw with Grape, sometimes they'll start recording and then go 3, 2, 1. What's up? To do their intro and stuff, and sometimes their outro will be a little bit sooner.
Welcome back to Countdown.
That's an awkward introduction. Oh, that reminds me. Unfortunately, the longer the video goes on, the longer the edit goes on, I should say, the slower the editor gets because it doesn't like doing, an hour-long video of 720p 60 FPS. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Sometimes when it's like this, it's slow. This is the only kind of project that it goes slow for, though. Is podcasts. If I'm doing like a really in-depth 20-minute video or something like that, it doesn't even flinch. So I don't really worry about it too much. I'm not even gonna touch it because it's gonna freeze up if I do anything. But if I just let it do this, almost never freezes. Almost. And there we go. And now it's actually saved in case it does decide to freeze up at a later time.
The last episode.
What? Pepe hands.
Yeah, but yeah, thank you, 3, once again.
Okay. Well, he basically just finished recording and started recording like immediately once he pressed start and stop. Although I think he usually does that. $36 6:22. Snaps to the edge, but it's so close to the edge already that let me actually if I want it. I just did this. Just trim the. Okay. The editing is mostly finding out unique ways to tell your editing software to just go fuck itself and do what you wanted in the first place. It really only comes through time. To be close enough. I don't need it perfect. Just needs close enough where literally no one will notice. It always gets slower after advanced. It's almost like RMM. It still takes the longest to do anything. I think it's also just file. This singular file in the timeline itself is so large. What's this 475? Damn. I've only been doing this for an hour. Like I started when I like said in my tweet going through the entire process, like I literally didn't do anything today or prior to today starting up the stream aside from making the thumbnail, but that takes 2 seconds. Just changing a singular word. Okay, hold on. So like I through like making the graphics, that usually takes a long time. Granted, it's a lot quicker now. I don't have 4 different games for advanced and intermediate. 36, 55, 20. And once I get to the point of being ready to render this, which will literally be in like within the next 10 minutes, I'm just going to stop the stream because I don't need to put the strain of my computer of streaming and trying to render at the same time. Like my computer could handle it, but I don't want to put it through that. All the stuff I actually wanted to stream is just here anyways, so. Just got expert after this. And then that's pretty much it. Just, well, oh, there is technically putting in the music as well. I forgot to turn the music back on. I usually don't even listen to music. I usually don't even have my headphones on once I figure out the timings. Plus I was talking, so. Wait. Fuck. No, wait, I didn't want to do that. Basically what I told it to do with the rotate is tell it from the very beginning of when the entity starts in the timeline to the end do this many degrees of rotation. Except the problem is that I had it set to the default of I think like 10 or 5. So it's like it would just do a quick rotation and then sit there. Whereas now, it's already set to 36 minutes. So it's gonna rotate really slow. I forget how I came up with this idea. Oh, I remember what it was. It was I was experimenting with like a little loading bar thing, except instead of a bar, it was a circle. And I was like, wait, I can just have the like 0 thing rotate and people would understand what it means. I just took the transition that I had last season as well. Made my life a little bit easier. Save it again. I try and do it between every single major division. I dare not touch anything on my screen right now. Oh, there we go. Hard to touch it while it's in the middle of the loading process. It almost always, without fail, will crash. There we go. I'm stupid. It's fine. Come on. Did you hear this one last time? The last thing I need to hear. I know where everything else sits. I can just turn the music back on permanently.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Oh yeah, Booter's so quiet. I would bug him to mess with his audio a bit, but I could just do this, fix it so easily. I eventually just decided not to bother him because there's a chance that he'd fuck something up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
He's still quiet, but it's better. Get to the end.
Yeah. See you guys next time.
Okay, so he just ends it pretty quickly. 28, 47, 36. There it goes. I could probably put a mask on that. This makes it a little bit easier to work with. Although the fact that he had it cropped to what he did is rather useful. I think what Intel does, where like those 4 squares take up his entire screen, is the most useful because I don't have to put a mask on it. It's already so cropped so tightly that I can just set it to half of the size and it's already set to go. But that's fine too. It takes 2 seconds to put on the mask, even if it's like what Grape does, where he just takes the entire Discord window. So I have to crop it a lot more liberally than what I did for like Pooter or RMM. I don't really care. It takes 2 seconds. Oh, that's like perfect timing too. For where the footage ends, it's exactly where I wanted it to be. Like, right as the segment is ending, you see the footage of the game ending in map 5. That's what I try to get. I thought I would have been too fussy if it had ended slightly sooner. Okay. 28. Okay. Save. And basically just end credits, music, adjust audio levels very, very slightly, which is a lot easier than it sounds. And it probably sounds easy, because it is. I don't need both for this. It's grayish going in and out. Makes it look better, as opposed to when it's plain white going into the transition screens. I think that looks better, but otherwise I'll adjust it based on what it fits more cleanly. A minute. that and just all the music, which is pretty easy. Barely an hour and a half for the entire editing process. That's crazy to me, even though I know it wouldn't take very long. I guess I wasn't entirely expecting it to take that little amount of time. Let's see. I don't need to hear it. Know what level is appropriate.
Now streaming on BET Plus. Spend your holidays with BET Plus. New movies.
The best gifts are those wrapped in love.
All season long, commercial free. That's what Christmas is all about. Now streaming on BET Plus.
No way. Taco Bell's
27, 40.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? They toasted 6-month-old aged cheddar right onto the shell of a chalupa. That's genius, no delicious, no both, and now comes in a box with a crunchy taco, cinnamon twist, and a medium drink?
Whoa.
Oh, sorry, this is my stop.
Oh, cool. We're all thinking it. The $5 toasted cheddar chalupa box is back. Only at Taco Bell. At limited participating U.S. locations for a limited time only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes.
Presenting Down There Care with Cottonelle. Down there. Because you're all over your overall wellness, pampering yourself from sun up to sundown. So when you're winding down, freshen up with the cleaning ripples of Cottonelle toilet paper and flushable wipes. The refreshingly clean routine that leaves you feeling amazing. Care. Don't just wipe. Down there care with Cottonelle. Click or tap the banner to buy now.
Cruelty. 31. Oh, is this BFG division? Oh, I get. Or is it? Might be a different one. No, yeah, Hellwalker. That was the opening. That was the starting menu. Oh, that's right. Seven. Go. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's see. Save that. And I think that's everything. No. Okay, yep. That's good. Okay. Gotta collapse the timeline a minute. See everything in action.
I think that this game is going to end.
For me personally, I rate Capital.
Jesus, that's loud.
Left, obviously, out of 4, that isn't that many, but I
couldn't make it, so we had to just put deadlock on DPS, and
I'm gonna raise that slightly more to like 12, let's say. It should be better.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the expert part of the countdown. My name is
that's slightly better.
And in our opinions, Target wasn't really that much. That is the one team where we want to prove, like, hey,
like counting the minutes till I can go to sleep.
Oh, you said yes to countdown?
Thanks everyone for coming to the first episode of Strider Countdown.
Strider Countdown, yep.
Oh, yeah! Alright, let's let Akri get some shut-eye, and I'm gonna, yeah. See you guys next time.
Cool. That's basically everything. Gonna save it one last time. What grape? There's a very slight delay, I guess. Oh, there shouldn't be a delay, but am I supposed to talk about what I learned and how I grew as a person? So when you read it, please confirm it. I'm not lying to your fucking university. Or I guess your intended university. But yeah, that's all I really have to do. I have to render this now, and I don't really feel like putting my computer through the ringer trying to stream and render at the same time. That's where I'm gonna end it. Thanks for tuning in, and I don't know,